Barbara Diamond, and I'm a speech language pathologist. I've been practicing in the field for 29 years. I graduated from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill for undergraduate and finished my master's in speech language pathology at East Carolina University. I have a private practice in Sanford, North Carolina, and my husband and I started it about 20 years ago. We serve lots of different kids in our community. One of my favorite types of clients to work with are kids with reading difficulty. I really began to be interested in kids with reading difficulties when my son started having the problems when he was in first or second grade. And I was looking at how they were teaching reading in elementary school, and something just wasn't clicking for him. I really started helping him, and then I started seeing the correlation with kids in our clinic that have language learning difficulties and also reading difficulties, and I was able to begin helping more than just my son. I have an amazing project that I've been working on, and it's called Literacy. I'm super excited about it. It's bringing together things that are really important to me and that I see that can be used with kids all across our state and our country. Literacy is a website. It's a structured, individualized phonics-based program that can be used by any student. They develop skills at each level, and then it progresses them through all the syllable shapes that are in the English language. You log into the website, kids use it, and it has models to be able to show the parents like if the child is getting it right or not. And then it actually remembers the results, and it gives the kids the practice and repetition that they need at the level that they're working at, and not at the level of whatever the classroom is at in their reading program.
As a parent, it was a huge benefit to us because it was in addition to his regular school that specialized in kids with language-based learning disabilities. So it was supplemental to that, but it gave him different strategies to be able to approach reading outside of what he was already learning.
Students need to be able to understand and use phonics to be able to decode words in the English language. We want them to be able to segment words that they don't know and then blend them back together.
Some of the other strategies that were different was starting from the end of a word and breaking down. So if he was unsuccessful starting at the beginning and chunking that word into syllables and figuring out the vowels, he could start from the end of the word. And a lot of times that was more successful.
Understanding true phonics skills is the most important thing in being a good reader, because it allows kids to be able to read words that they don't know. A lot of kids who don't have good phonics skills, that's what they resort to, is memorization for reading. This program uses a lot of non-words as well. For the kids who are trying to memorize words to read, like cat, the non-words, they can't memorize them because they're not words and they've not seen them before. So it really forces them to understand and use the phonics of our language.
Vowels were problematic. He was not able to hold those in long term.
Yeah.
And it was like he was relearning them, the typical relearning it every single page. So having those strategies of knowing what those were and then getting it over and over until he reached mastery before he moved on to something else was big for him, because he just wasn't retaining that.
This program is going to allow that individualized instruction to happen, and even more importantly, with their parents and their teachers, and they can work together.
For me, being able to be a part of it and then take that back, I couldn't go to school with him generally, so I didn't see what they were doing there, but I could see this and then I could apply it. So when he's doing his homework, or when you're reading a chapter book or whatever, then I knew skills that I could apply.
So I reached out to UNC Chapel Hill. I have several students who are interested in website development and then computer programming. These students are helping make literacy much more affordable, and our goal is to make it so that as many students as possible can use literacy. There are lots of other programs that help kids with reading, and there are lots of tutors. But I think the drawback is that these programs require a lot of money, and not everyone can afford having a reading tutor 2 and 3 days a week. We've made a lot of progress on the website since the summer. We do have some constraints with having to kind of balance this with the students' assignments in their classrooms at UNC. We're working a lot on the programming and the writing components right now, and we're very excited about having a testable product to be able to use in a classroom and with some individual students over the next couple of months. My dream is to help make literacy an affordable platform that teachers and parents can use with students to prevent reading issues.